And once again, welcome to Let's Talk Tresco. I am here live in my room. And of course, we have our guest, Analisa, once again in her room. We're having to do this over the internet because of, well, schedules, busy people, stuff like that. But we wanted to go ahead and make sure that we get into you. And of course, when we do get here every Wednesday with Let's Talk Tresco, it's all about Tresco. And if you don't know who that is, well, very simply, Tresco has been around for nearly 55 years. In fact, I believe it's their anniversary this year, and they've been providing professional and individual services, supports, and opportunities to people of any age with differing abilities, their families, and the communities that they serve. Tresco currently provides services in 12 counties throughout New Mexico with their three main divisions, which is TOTS Early Interventions, Day One Home Visiting, and Tresco Works. Of course, for all of their services and information, you can visit their website at trescoinc.org. And of course, you can even go ahead and give them a call at 575-528-2200, or just stop by their offices on Copper Loop. And today we are speaking with Analisa Martinez, Senior Assistant Director of Tresco Works. How are you doing today, Analisa?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. Nice to have you back, because we've talked with you before, but just to give everybody a little reminder, what is your role? What does the Senior Assistant Director of Tresco Works do?
So, in my role, what I'm currently doing is, first and foremost, I'm training under our director to learn his role and to learn what he's doing. To eventually, once he retires in a few years, take over for him. So that's been exciting to start learning from him, from Luis Rios. But in addition to that, I oversee our other assistant directors. And, we're working on, aligning some processes, training our employees, and, just working with them closely. In addition to that, also, what we're here to talk about, which is the workbound program that we've started with Las Cruces Public Schools. So this is something that I have initiated, of course, with the support of our team. And, the collaboration has just been excellent. I know we'll get more into those details, but, I'm really excited to be here and to talk about that.
Well, let's go ahead and get into it, because, we are going to be talking about this new program that you've worked out, which I understand is a partnership between LCPS 18 to 21 Sped Bridge program, right? And also it is something that you've put together with the schools. But what exactly is this new program that you've got together here?
So our workbound program, what it is, exactly like you said, it's an initiative with Las Cruces Public Schools and their special education program. So the students that are 18 to 21-year-old that are in the special education program, they are now, getting ready to leave that program, and they are looking for experience, and, they want to get into the workplace. And so that's exactly what we're doing. We're partnering with Las Cruces Public Schools to have the students come and work at one of our contracts. Right now, the contract that we have them working at is our White Sands Missile Range contract. And so they are gaining experience to work on the custodial portion of that. And so we currently have, since it's a new program, we have 2 students right now enrolled. They are doing really well. They're really dedicated. Our contract out there at White Sands starts very early in the morning, so our students also have to start very early in the morning,
which I'm sure they're thrilled about.
Yeah. It's an excellent opportunity for them, and I think at first, they have to catch the bus at 6:50 in the morning. So They stop here at Tresco, and they all travel together up to White Sands. So at first, yes, it was difficult, and it was a big change for them. But I think once they started seeing, wow, I'm part of a bigger team. I get to be on base, which is very cool. And just the camaraderie that they're seeing with the other team members, and of course the other students that they've kind of worked their way up through this program already. They are still with them, so they have kind of a little bit of that comfort with their fellow students. But they're out there gaining the work experience that you and I would gain when we first started entering the workforce.
Well, it's very important when you are first entering the workforce. in any program, because there's always that thing, how can you get a good job if you don't have the experience? But how can you get that experience if you don't get that job? So this basically on the job training and experience is very good for anybody. And that's a great way to get them started.
It really is. It really is. And, I think what we're seeing is with our program, we are really making sure that we enforce what it would really be like whenever you start working. If you're going to be out sick, you have to call your supervisor. You have to come to work every day.
Yeah.
And so we are of course communicating with them and explaining this to them, but the feedback that we're getting from them, of course, at first was a little difficult, but now they're much more receptive to it. And, there have even been times where the supervisors out at White Sands let me know, and they say, oh, this student told us that she was going to be on vacation for a couple of days, and she let me know in advance, and, she did exactly what she needed to do. So, it's nice to see them gaining the training, the mentoring. Of course, our supervisors here at Tresco are trained to work with people with disabilities. And so, they have a lot of experience in maybe somebody coming in with not a lot of experience on what it's like to be in the workforce. And then slowly, we can see that progression in their progress reports, that now they're starting to be more open. They're starting to communicate more. Mm-hmm. They're starting to ask more questions. And now, instead of working side by side with somebody, they're starting to go out and work on their own. Or they're gaining some independence. And so we've seen a lot of progression with the students. So we're really excited about that.
That's awesome. I wish we had this program for everybody, to go ahead and get that experience, because I'm not saying anything bad, but I have seen a few younger folk forget to call in and let somebody know that they're not coming in for the day, But you're right. These experiences, although they may seem, simple for some people, as far as, well, yeah, of course, you got to let them know when you're not coming in. And like I said, for everybody to get that experience and to get that first kind of workforce thing where you have to get used to having a boss, being at work on time, knowing when your lunch hours are, knowing when you're going to take your breaks, the responsibilities that you have for that position. And for anybody, that is something that they've got to learn. And for these kids that are coming out like this, I think that's pretty darn awesome. So, let's get to know a little bit more about the program. How long is the program going? Because I know you said you only got 2 kids in it right now, but you got to start somewhere. So how long does the program go?
Right. So right now we have a 10-week program.
Okay.
So the students started 10 weeks. A little less than 10 weeks ago. We're hoping to wrap up the program here at the end of, not wrap up the program, but wrap up, their session here at the end of May. So by June 1st. By June 1st, hopefully we'll have our first group.
You'll have your first graduating class, as it were.
Yes.
There
so
you
we're
go.
really excited. We're really excited for that. We'll have a celebration for them, a little award ceremony, and hopefully, there's a few more weeks. They complete the program, and at that point, what we're hoping is that with the experience that they've gained working with us, that at that point they may be interested in actually applying for a position that we have open here at Tresco.
Yeah.
Right, because then we have open positions. We have the same work that they're doing right now. We have those positions available as well. So we're hoping that with the experience that they gain, they'll already be ready to go and start working with us. If they choose not to work with us, we're still hoping, of course, that they complete the program, they gain this experience, they gain those skills, the hands-on training and mentoring and the skills of, what you need to do in employment when you're employed. And if they feel they need to go, work somewhere else in the community, then we still will be happy with that, because then we know that they are going to be, employed elsewhere within the community, still working, having an income after they graduate, which is excellent. We always want to see our students, our young people succeed, and of course add to the community and participate in the community.
Well, yeah, of course. Working with LCPS with this, I mean, I think that everybody's goal is to get everybody out there to be a productive member of society, as they say. And those goals are good goals to have. The work life experience, the new skills that they would be learning, and getting them ready for the outside world, wherever they might find a job. If it is with Tresco, that's awesome. I'm sure you'll find that a few people want to stick around with the great company, or they might want to branch out or try different things. And but those skills that they gain in this program are lifelong skills that you're going to have with work in general. So I think that's a great program to have.
Exactly.
Eh,
Exactly. So
well, how did this whole program come about with working with Las Cruces Public Schools with that?
this was actually an initiative that our business development
Hmm.
um, uh, director started, and his name is Greg Block. And
Hmm.
he was working with Las Cruces Public Schools, and this was something that came up that it was an opportunity for us to partner with the schools, but then additionally to also um, you know be able to start training and developing that workforce that we're looking for.
Oh,
Because, of
okay.
course, the workforce that we're looking for are people with disabilities.
Hmm. So it's
So,
a great way to go ahead and introduce those that are uh, going to be looking for their first jobs or something else, or maybe even give them the goal themselves of getting out there and getting a job, and earning a little extra cash. That's always a plus for everybody, right? And to go ahead and gain these skills, and to get out in to society, where, like you said, that's where we want everyone to go ahead and be, with those girls, with that work life experience and everything that they have, that just like everybody else, right?
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So as we continue on, of course, we'll have our two graduates here hopefully pretty soon, and then come July, we already have three more
Oh,
students
there
that
you
are
go.
interested in starting the program. So we'll have three more starting, and hopefully more. I know they're signing up all the time, and so hopefully we'll have more added to that number, and we'll continue to grow.
Well, each program that you go through there, each 10-week program that you're going to go through, of course, you're going to get better and better, because you guys are also going to learn some lessons about how to work with the program and work with the students and everything else like that. But now that you're almost pretty much say about halfway through this first curriculum here, what are you planning for the next bunch of students right here? What can they expect when they come in?
Well, we right now we've started with our custodial role.
Hmm.
And so we're hoping to expand to our grounds. So that's where the grounds, and then eventually maintenance. So that's where the students would have the opportunity to choose the route to go with, they're learning the skills of a custodian.
Hmm.
They could possibly learn the skills of, doing general maintenance,
Hmm.
or the skills for grounds, if they like to be outside. So if they want to do some grounds work, because we do have, of course, various contracts where we do all three. We
Hmm.
do custodial, we do grounds, and we do maintenance. And so, we're hoping to branch out to that to give the students, a few more options on what they would like to learn. We can also look at it, maybe they do a few weeks with custodial, maybe they do a few weeks with grounds, and then maybe they do a few weeks with the maintenance role. So that way they really do start getting, a well-rounded experience with us, and with the type of the various type of work we have here.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well.
that's one of the things that we're working on. We can look at maybe if we need to extend the time. Like you said, this is just kind of, we're starting out with the 10-week program, so maybe we decide we want to go 12 weeks.
Hmm.
So we're still working out some of those details, but and I'm sure we're going to get a lot of feedback from the students as well,
Oh, I'm sure.
which I'm
Yeah,
looking
because
forward to.
yeah, it's a brand new program. I mean, there's a lot to be learned on both sides, I think, from this whole thing. But it is a really, really cool program to be able to go ahead and get these students out there. And I mean, can you talk about what the importance of the program and what it means actually to the community and to these kids there?
You know, when I first met with the students, I met with the
Hmm.
students, and we had a range of independence. So we had One of our students had their guardian with them, and then we had one of our students that didn't have their guardian with them, and he was already very independent. You could tell he was very independent, wanted to get the information, and both of those students, I asked them the same question in our different meetings. I asked them, what do you want to get from this program? I'm giving them details about what I want for them, the training and the mentoring and the experience. And at the end, I asked them, well, what do you want? What do you want? What can I do to help you? And both of them answered, I just want to work. I just want to work, so something as simple as that. I want to work. And I think that's very meaningful. That's showing they want to feel valued. They want to have some independence. They are looking towards their future. And it's giving the students an opportunity to to be able to be successful and independent, and giving them something to look forward to. So it's very meaningful for the students.
Absolutely. I mean, I just like I said before, just like anybody else, you want to work, you want to be able to go ahead and get out there, which I think is pretty darn awesome. Now, I know you're starting off with just the 2 kids, and now you've got 3, so you're growing. How big can you get this program? How many people would you like to be able to get into this whole program?
Wow. Well,
and don't say everybody. No.
It really is. We of course can grow it as we need to. There's always the potential to grow. We can, eventually branch out to where maybe we're looking at it rather than just having, the students come in and complete a 10-week program and then leave. We can have students starting at various times, so maybe every 2 weeks we have a group of students, starting and kind of working their way through the program, because we have so many contracts, so many supervisors that are willing to, of course, meet with the students and train and mentor and take that time, that, I really see the potential for growth to continue on. I really do, especially with all of our contracts and the different options that we have for the students to work at. So yes, we can continue to grow as much as we need to. The other thing that we need to look at is if the students are ready. So as they're going through this program through Las Cruces Public Schools, they start the program once they're graduating. So when they're 18. And so the students that are getting sent to us are really the ones that have worked at other places that are still partnering with Las Cruces Public Schools in the Bridge program. But because we are really, really trying to hit home what's required of true employment, we're kind of the last one that people are selecting. So they've already gone through a few of the different job sites. And now when you get to Tresco, that's like the gold standard. You're ready, you're ready to go through Tresco and kind of go through this program. So it's just dependent also on how many students are at that point and ready to get into the program. We're ready for them.
And whether you are someone who's just getting into the workforce with varying abilities, or just somebody who's just graduated high school or anything else like that, trust me, there's always a parent out there that says, when are you going to get a real job? I think my mom says that to me all the time. Something about being in radio. I don't know what it is. For many years, she said that to me. But no, I mean, when you talk about exactly what we talked about at the beginning of this whole thing, which is that real work-life experience, that being out into the workforce, and it seems like it could be a trivial thing or maybe something that people take for granted. But like I said, a lot of youngsters, not even just those in the Bridge program or anything else like that, could use a lesson in how to get out there and work in the real world that's out there, what's expected of them and everything else. So, you cannot take those skills for granted. And I think anybody who works in getting anybody employed really values those skills. Showing up to work on time is a big deal in the real world. So it's a skill that, you believe it or not, a lot of people still have to learn these days.
Right.
So,
Right.
that importance of that program for the students themselves and in the community, I think cannot be underestimated, because these are skills that they will take with them for the rest of their lives. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Good job, Analisa. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, if anybody, this is right now you're working exclusively with the LCPS and the bridge program, right?
Yes.
So that is something that you're working with the schools. Would you say that there's a chance to maybe expand this to other opportunities for others, for some of the other students that are coming out?
Again, if we have students that are graduating, so once they hit 18, yes, of course, they're welcome to apply. With Tresco, because of course we're always looking for people with disabilities. And so, yes, anybody that is not participating in that program, they can always apply on our website, which, we have the information here, but they definitely can apply on the Tresco website. Additionally, as we're talking about growth, right now we have the Las Cruces Public Schools initiative, but eventually once we really get this down and we start growing, we can look into partnering with surrounding schools, as well, and with their special education program. So I can see this continue to grow.
That's kind of what I was wondering about. That's kind of where I was going. Thank you for going there, because I didn't quite make it clear. That there are programs with LCPS, but I'm sure that there might be other programs, with DACC or NMSU or some of the other places, organizations that would be out there that help out a lot of people with varying abilities. Because, like I said, that the taking the bridge program and then working it together here with Tresco is an awesome thing. But there are other opportunities for that growth, I think, with other agencies and other schools.
Yes, you're right. We can definitely, continue to look for that growth with other programs. And just in general, anybody out there that, has a family member or knows somebody that has not been able to, have a job or hold employment due to their disability. Those are the people we're looking for. That's exactly what Tresco's mission is.
Absolutely.
We want to continue that mission and continue that growth and continue to reach our community members that have varying abilities. Those are the people that we work with and we support and we employ. So we will continue to grow in that area as well.
That is awesome. That is great to hear. Well, good job, Analisa, and congratulations on the Tresco Works Bound program. I'm sure it's going to be another successful program with Tresco, as it always is, because you guys do some great work with everybody. So I'm sure you're looking forward to the next class, and then the next class after that, and then the next class, and as it grows and you get more and more people that are coming into the program. So is there any final thing that you wanted to say about the program, or maybe give a little message out for anybody that had seen that or wondering what it is? Where can they get more information about it?
We are working on getting some information onto our website regarding that, but of course, through Las Cruces Public Schools, the special education program, the bridge program, that's where you would get the information from. The person that we've been working with, her name is Hermila Ortega, and so she also has the information, and she can get that information that they might need about when the next class is starting, or how to connect with us. Of course, she has that information as well.
Yep. See, you're in my head. That's exactly what I was thinking about there, Analisa. Stop that. Get out of my head. No, thanks a lot for letting us know about this great program. Like I said, it is going to be as successful as all of the other programs and everything that Tresco does. So thanks a lot for joining us this week again, and I can't wait to see what you guys are going to be coming up with next. And as always, we will talk Tresco once again in a couple of weeks on Wednesday. And we will see you guys in a couple of weeks with Let's